we are going to be listening to Mitski's Bury Me at Makeout Creek. I've gotten a lot of requests to do this album. I'm excited to dive into more of Mitski's work. And I heard that this album is one of you guys' favorites. And I love Mitski. Like, I am a Mitski fan. After that album, I love it. And I'm so excited to see what else she has and what more she has to say. So let's just go ahead and dive in. I've really been enjoying Puberty 2. It's one of my albums on rotation. So I'm just excited to see what else is next. So let's go ahead and listen to Texas. Okay, hopefully I'm saying that right. Texas reznikoff. Okay.
It's beautiful today. I wish you could take me upstate to the little place you would tell me about when you would sense that I want to escape. Texas is a landlocked state. Texas is a landlocked state. It's a little bit far away from the water, from the home that I've wanted to make it somehow. In the city, you make it there and you make it anywhere.
Okay, so she says Texas is a landlocked state. Texas is not landlocked. It's landlocked on 3 sides. But yeah, she's saying it's a little bit far away from the water, from the home that I've wanted to make. It's somehow in the city, you make it there and you make it anywhere. So she wanted to be in New York is what I'm getting. Beautiful. She's saying, this may not be where I thought I would be, but I'm with you, so it doesn't really matter, right? Like I love you. I don't even mind the fact that I'm making this sacrifice because you're my home. What is that Fiddler in the Roof song that I love so much? Oh, Far From the Home I Love. Exactly. Who could imagine I'd be wandering so far from the home I love, yet with my love, I'm home. I feel like it's that same theme from that Fiddler song. I'm a musical freak, so I'm sorry. She's made a decision to live with this person and she doesn't regret it because she loves them. And that's so beautiful. And I love that little break in the middle where it kind of sped up. And even though I said I don't like punk rock, I still liked it because her voice sounded great. So I didn't mind that at all. It was actually really fun. Next is Townie. So yeah, we're gonna get a lot of punk rock, huh? I want a love that falls as fast as a body from the balcony. Wow. Wow. I'm not gonna be what my daddy wants me to be. Girl, same. Probably not. But we always have that initial desire to please our father. That translates a lot in our relationships. There's a lot of repetition in the writing. And I've tried sharing and I've tried caring. and I've tried putting out, but the boys keep coming on for more and more and more. And change is going to come, but when? Is she making a comment on men in society? Maybe her being affected by men and her experience with men and how she's been disappointed in men. Is that what she's getting at? That's what I'm kind of getting at. Is like, she's tried to be what men want her to be, but she's been disappointed. I'm not going to be what my daddy wants me to be. I want to be what my body wants me to be. Wow. I love that lyric. That is owning yourself, owning who you are, what you want, what your own body, what your own needs. That is wow. So yeah, I think I was right. This is kind of a commentary about her experience with men and maybe boys in society. You know, she's waiting for things to change and for men to change, but it's not happening. And I feel like there is a hesitation that she's having with love and her feelings. When she says, I'm holding my breath with a baseball bat. I love those B sounds, but I think she's saying like, she's hesitant, you know, she's hesitant to really dive into it. I want a love that falls as fast as a body from the balcony. And I want to kiss like my heart is hitting the ground. It's definitely an intense love, right? Like she definitely wants a love that is fiery, intense, unquestionable, very infatuation, I would say. But I'm wondering with that body falling from the balcony, if that's kind of saying like it might crash in a way, or I want to kiss like my heart is hitting the ground. I don't know. I feel like there is I'm getting a sense that she is more consumed with the idea of love having an intensity to it. Like, you know, when somebody says their heart drops, there's a lot of adrenaline in that, you know? So she's kind of wanting a very intense kind of love, whether or not that's a good or bad thing. But I also think she's kind of learning about herself. There's definitely a lot of really beautiful similes. Let me say, I'm going to read this. In this song, Mitski captures the self-destructive fatalism of youth coupled with the coming of age attitudes of anarchy against parental principles. Yeah, I was getting a little bit of her defying her parents. And since I do know her background a little bit more, that she's Japanese, I know parents have these ideas of us not being able to express ourselves, especially expressing our sexuality. So I don't know. It's interesting. I definitely want to know what you guys think, because this song was really, really good. But I did love the lyrics. The lyrics were really, really good. And I love her voice in it. So I feel like I'm going to get used to this song, even though it's not what I normally listen to.
I wanted to highlight these lyrics because I feel like they have an excellent use of imagery and similes. I want a love that falls as fast as a body from the balcony, and I want to kiss like my heart is hitting the ground. I also think she uses really intentional use of repetition in this song, and so I highlighted that as well.
So let's keep going. First Love, Late Spring. I love her voice. I love the way that she's singing that. It's very intentional. She's really holding every third word, or every third syllable. The night breeze, something sweet, a peach tree. I love that. Beautiful.
Wild woman, don't get the blues, but I find that
Lately, I've been crying like a tall child. It's like she's fully grown, but her emotions are just like a child. Wow, that's a really beautiful way of saying that. Wild women don't get the blues. Well, that's her perception. I think anybody can feel emotions, but I do feel like we do have this expectation of ourselves to not get emotional and to not be weak. And so when we're overly emotional, we think we're being kind of a tall child. Is that Japanese? Wow. I feel like I relate to that line so much. I've written something similar, and so I relate to this line. And I was so young when I behaved 25. I'm guessing she's 25 when she wrote this. And sometimes when I look back at myself, even as young as 15, 16, I feel like I acted older and took life a lot more seriously then, because I didn't realize how much of a train wreck it is. And I thought I had more control. And so I was so hyper focused and vigilant. And now that I've gotten older, I just take things with a grain of salt, because you realize how out of control things are. Yeah, same here. So she's having a lot of fear of maybe ending this relationship, and this person is making her feel trapped, is what I'm getting. And maybe she's just a little bit overwhelmed by adulthood, it seems like, in this song. And the fact that she's in this relationship and maybe she feels suffocated, like she's not ready. Oh, I like this song. It's cool. I like that one. It had a really nice instrumentation that kind of surprised me a little bit. And I like the layering of the voice. It seems like there's a guy singing with her in the background. But yeah, this is called First Love, Late Spring. I'm wondering if this is about her first love and maybe feeling trapped because she's not ready to make the commitment of being in a serious relationship. She still feels like a child. She's still extremely emotional and just not ready to settle down yet. That's kind of what I get from the song. She says, "One word from you and I would jump off of this ledge I'm on, baby. Tell me don't so I can crawl back in." Help me, like help. She's telling this person to help her off of this ledge. Yeah, she's not ready for commitment. That's what I'm getting. I'm wondering what this Japanese, I'm guessing this is Japanese. Okay, it's a Japanese phrase, which means my heart seems like it's going to burst. Wow. So does that mean she actually loves this person and maybe she's afraid of the love? Now that I know what that quote means, maybe it's not that she doesn't love this person, it's maybe that she's afraid of what this love can mean and she's afraid of commitment. It's just kind of what I was getting from the song, but I actually think that it's not that she doesn't necessarily love this person, it's that she's afraid of the love. She's afraid of growing up, and she still feels like a child. She still feels like a tall child. I love this lyric, "The black hole of the window where you sleep. The night breeze carries something sweet. A peach tree. Wild woman don't get the blues. But I find that lately I've been crying like a tall child." Yeah, she's definitely surprised by her sensitivity and her vulnerability, and she's in a kind of a more vulnerable state, and she's not really used to it. I love how descriptive this song is, and you know, how she uses this imagery to describe the black hole of the window where you sleep. The night breeze carries something sweet. A peach tree. You know, that just gives you a lot of good images in your head. Please hurry, leave me, I can't breathe. Please don't say you love me. She's definitely afraid. And because this song is called First Love, she's just afraid of what this love means, and she still feels so young. So I feel like there is a lot of emotional vulnerability that she's afraid of in this song, but maybe she's just not ready for it, if she's afraid of the commitment, or she's unsure. There's uncertainty.
So I think there's a clear theme of uncertainty. It's also giving me kind of a coming of age vibe. That last lyric where she says, I find I've grown into a tall child. That tall child, it gives you an instant image in your head, and it instantly conveys what Mitski is trying to say. It does kind of remind me of that quote, I'm not young enough to know everything. It's almost like she's surprised that as she has gotten older, that she still has this vulnerability of experiencing things in for the first time. And I think as we get older, we realize like, wow, this never gets any easier, right? Like this is still going to be life. And I think when we're younger, we think that we're going to figure everything out, but we don't.
Francis Forever.
I don't know what to do without you. I don't know where to put my hands. I've been trying to lay my head down, but I'm writing this at 3 a.m.
Writing life.
I don't need the world to see that I've been the best I can be.
I don't need the world to see that I've been the best I can be, but I don't think I could stand to be where you don't see me. Ooh, those are some good lyrics. It's hard. It's hard. She doesn't want to be where this person isn't, basically. On sunny days, I go out walking. I end up on a tree-lined street. I love that, the way she described that. So a tree-lined street. I look at the gaps of sunlight. Wow. I miss you more than anything. So poetic. Love it. Yeah, it's definitely giving me a little bit of that punk sound that I'm not really known for listening for, but at the same time, it's structured enough and the lyrics are so good that I am still kind of enjoying it.
So I wanted to highlight this stanza. I just absolutely love the part where she talks about the tree-lined street. That's such a unique way of saying it, and I love the imagery in this stanza. It's so relatable, but it's elegant.
I don't smoke. Wow, I don't smoke except when I'm missing you, to remember your mouth. Wow. That is an excellent way of descriptively writing and expressing how you'll do things to just remind you of that person that you miss. I love that line. Wow. If your hands need to break more than trinkets in your room, you can lean on my arm as you break my heart. Huh. Wow, I didn't even know how to express that one. That is intense. I mean, she does have a tendency to want to internalize this pain because the idea of losing this person is worse almost. It's like she'd rather him break her heart. Wow. This song, yeah, that one is a highlight, especially lyrically. Jeez. She's almost like, I'd rather you break me than leave. I would rather you break my heart over and over again than leave me, because that's worse. You know, just don't leave me alone wondering where you are. I am stronger than you give me credit for. So she's saying, I'm strong. You can keep breaking my heart over and over and over again and I'll be okay. But it's kind of like, if we really look at it deeper, it would be stronger for her to let this person go, right? But it feels strong in the moment to endure that constant cycle of pain. It's just I love this song. This is great. Now the rest of my days are waiting for when you calmed me down and tell me I'm meant for you, baby. Being with you makes the flame burn good. Well, she's carrying that on from the cigarettes. Yeah, this seems pretty tumultuous, but I liked it a lot. I would love to learn more about this song. It's definitely pretty straightforward. It's definitely about heartbreak. I'm getting. Next, we have Jobless Monday.
It's a windy afternoon. Can't afford to buy my food or the drive. I need to go further than they said I'd go.
Double meaning there, huh? It's a windy afternoon, can't afford to buy my food or the drive. I need to go further than they'd say I'd go. She's talking about people's expectations of her, the drive that she needs to go further than they said I'd go, like the drive in her life, her drive.
He only loves me when there's a means he needs to win. Oh, I miss when we first met. He didn't tell me yet.
Oh, I miss when we first met. He didn't know me yet. We all know that beginning phase when they don't know all your flaws. Wow, love that. Kind of cool. I like that song. I think I need more time with that one. But I don't know. I love the lyrics so far, and I love how she expresses herself. Drunk walk home.
I will retire to the Salton Sea at the age of 23. I'm starting to learn I may never be free, but though I may never be free, fuck you and your me. I'm tired.
this is after the last song, because she's like, "Take Me Out," and it's called Jobless Monday. Maybe this person was providing for her? Because this seems to be carrying on from that last song. I will retire to the Salton Sea at the age of 23. I love the rhyme scheme here. It's very straightforward, but it's beautiful. But though I may never be free, fuck you and your money, I'm tired of your money. So she'd rather be independent and figure her life out than be with this person, because she's realizing it's not worth it anymore. I love that. Drunk Walk Home. Yeah, this has to be about the end of the relationship. For sure. So good with the personification. See the dark, it moves with every breath of the breeze. She describes the breeze as it's breathing. She's big on the personification. I love it so much. I love how she says, as I sit on the curb because it's the prettiest night with no one else in sight. You know, she's reclaiming herself in this song. And because it's called Drunk Walk Home, I'm guessing that instead of being sad that she has a drunk walk home, she's more embracing it. And maybe this is influenced by the alcohol, but she's seeing this as a beautiful thing and she's reclaiming her own self. And I feel like she's realizing it's better to be alone and be walking in the night and enjoying the night and enjoying the breath of the breeze than it is to be with this person. So there is kind of like in this song a theme of reclaiming oneself and finding oneself and discovering that there is better outside of this relationship. I do like rock, and I like when it has a really clear structure, but when it breaks out into this like screaming and, you know, crazy stuff, I don't always necessarily connect with that, but still the song is beautiful, especially towards the beginning. Girl, get it out though. Get it out. You know, every once in a while I like a little bit of screaming, because I did like Phoebe Bridgers at the end of I Know the End, but when it's like a full song of that, okay, I will. The drums are on point though in this whole album.
I will take good care of you. I will take good care of you.
Oh, this is nice. Her voice. So gentle. Ooh.
Everything you feel is good. If you would only let you, I will wash your hair at night and dry it off with care. I will see your body bare, and still I will live here.
Wow. She's like, I love you for your entire self. There's definitely intentional repetition in here. She is almost like aching for this person to just let her in, and everything you feel is good if you would only let you. I'm getting definitely wanting to fix this person, seeing their flaws but also loving them anyway, that kind of theme. I think I like this one. Ooh, vulnerable. Soft.
There's no need to be brave, and all the quiet nights you bear, seal them up with care. No one needs to know they're there, for I want them for you.
Wow.
'Cause all I ever
Oh my gosh, no, let me just let it finish.
wanted is here. All I ever wanted, it's always you. It's highway, always brave, always brave.
And while you sleep, I'll be scared. So by the time you wake, I'll be brave. Holy. She sometimes says some shit that blows me out of the water. Wow. That is an intense thing to say to someone. She is willing to take this person's burdens. There's an intense desire to nurture and take pain away from this person. She wants to be everything to this person. She wants to take care of them. She wants to take away all of their pain. I'll support you. You don't have to worry anymore. You can be vulnerable. You don't have to be scared. You know, I'll be strong for you. And I think the most beautiful thing is if both people feel that way about each other. But there is something so touching and beautiful about this song. Okay, next we have Carry Me Out. Really, really specific. I love that. I untie my hair, you know, and watch from my plastic chair, not just my chair, my plastic chair, as my dark hair unleashes the night. She's so good about using adjectives and being as specific as she can to kind of create this story, you know, for us. Her storytelling skills are excellent.
The scent of flowers still in bloom from morning shower.
Love that rhyme.
Say your name in hopes you'll hear it in the storm.
Oh, I just love how she writes. It's so beautiful. The scent of flowers still in bloom from morning shower. Yeah, that's just gorgeous. I mean, there's really nothing else I can say. And I say your name in hopes you'll hear it in the stars. Yep. Heartbreaking. I love this one. I love her slower songs. They're so good. Ooh, we picked up! We picked up! I stand corrected. Highlight. The headlight spirits. She describes her headlights as the headlight spirits. I don't know what the Styx is. I'm going to look that up. Okay, so it's a river that forms the boundary between Earth and the underworld. I'm on Wikipedia. So she says, in the headlight spirits, they lead me down the Styx, so black it shines. Wow. There's definitely a metaphor in there somewhere. She's trying to say that there's kind of, I would have to think about that a little more. my dark hair unleashes the night. So almost like taking your hair down. You know, there is some symbolism when your hair is down. It's kind of more freeing. You know, it's more open to adventure, I guess. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just what's appearing. Like I said, these are my first reactions. So definitely would want to look into that more. She's big on the instrumental breaks on this one. That was cool. Actually, I like this one too. Beautiful. Love when she starts off slower. Her slow songs are some of my favorite songs ever. I know that got fast in the middle, but still. Now this is gonna be nice too. Her last songs are always good. Okay, I'm ready. Oh, the rain.
All of this turbulence wasn't forecasted. Qualities from the intercom.
Oh, so she's okay. Love that.
That I left my room tidy. They'll think of me kindly when they come for my things. They'll never know how I stood at the dark in that room with no thoughts, like a blood-sniffing shark. And while my dreams made music in the night, carefully I was going to live. You wouldn't leave till we loved in the morning. You'd learn from movies how love ought to be. And you'd say you love me and look in my eyes, but I know through mine you were looking in yours.
Wow.
And did you?
Definitely some narcissism going on. And you'd say you loved me and look in my eyes, but I know through mine you were looking in yours. Or even this part where she says, you learn from movies how love ought to be. This is definitely a relationship that was not healthy. She's realizing that this person that she was with was maybe a little bit narcissistic, maybe too into themselves, maybe had a notion of how women should behave in relationships. And I guess that does carry on from that theme she was talking about earlier about the boys and how you remember I was talking about how she has this perception of boys that they're not going to change.
You know the Liberty Bell is a replica silently housed in its original walls. And while its dreams play music in the night quietly, it was told to believe.
And did you know the Liberty Bell is a replica silently housed in its original walls? I'm going to guess that's a metaphor for herself, and that she sees herself maybe as a replica of who she used to be. And while its dreams play music at night quietly, it was told to believe. Maybe she's trying to believe in more. I think that is kind of a metaphor. I would have to think about it more, but I do think that there is something to be said about who you are after a very destructive relationship.
I always wanted to die clean and pretty, but I'd be too busy. I'm relieved that the turbulence wasn't forecasted. I couldn't have changed anyways. I am relieved that I'd left my room tidy. Goodbye.
This is poetic. There is some layers to this writing. Wow. She always blows me away. She always blows me away. I swear, her writing always blows me away. Goodness. I gotta dig into that one. I always wanted to die clean and pretty, but I'd be too busy on working days. So I am relieved that the turbulence wasn't forecasted. I couldn't have changed anyway. Wow. Wow, I couldn't have changed anyway. Oh, I am relieved that I left my room tidy. Goodbye. Wow. So she's almost happy that she wasn't forewarned of the destructiveness that was to come. You know, maybe the destructiveness of this relationship or even her life. I think sometimes it's better not to know what you're in for. It's like when I look back in some of the relationships, even if everybody would have warned me, I still would have done it. There's so many things in my life, like even if I would have gotten warning for it, I still kind of have to experience it myself to really learn the lesson. I feel like that's kind of what she means when she says, I am relieved that the turbulence wasn't forecasted. I couldn't have changed anyway. It's like, even if I knew how bad this was going to be, I still would have gotten myself into the mess, which is what I think that she means when she says that. I am relieved that I left my room tidy. Goodbye. So maybe she's almost using this as a metaphor for, at least in the end, you know, she left on a clean slate, if that makes sense. Like she left everything on a clean slate. There was nothing left behind, you know, there was no mess left behind. And almost like she's happy to leave knowing that she addressed all of this stuff. I do have to kind of think about through this more, but there's definitely some clear metaphors in here. Wow. On Genius, because I'm just so curious. In this track, Mitski takes a frightening experience on a turbulent plane as a way to reflect on her life before death. The shooting star from the title is literally the plane in its fiery descent, or in more metaphorical terms, represents Mitski herself as she ponders past lovers in her existence. Okay, so this is actually based on a literal experience of her on a plane, which can definitely be a spark for creativity, is for sure, when you think about yourself in an existential way. So I guess when she was on the plane, she was thinking about the fact that she left her room tidy. That is so, and then using that as a metaphor for her life. Oh my gosh, I love that. I feel like the more I listen to the song, I'm going to think even more through it. Anyway, I guess that's it. Interesting. I did like this album. Lyrically, I absolutely loved it. There were some parts sonically I didn't connect to as much. I think I'm going to have to listen to it a couple more times, but I don't know. There's something about it I really liked, but there were parts where I was like, oh, this isn't really my genre. I pretty much like every genre, actually, but there's just certain sounds that I don't really connect to as much. And I got that from this album. So I'm excited to listen to Be the Cowboy, I think, because I think it kind of goes in a different direction. And I'll be honest, I absolutely love her slower songs. Let me know what you guys want me to listen to next. I really love this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!